Begin your day with God's strength. Some mornings, it's hard to rise. Not because your alarm didn't go off, but because your soul is tired before your feet ever touch the floor. You open your eyes and already feel behind. Already feel not enough. Already feel like you're running on empty. But this day is not yours to carry alone. God never asked you to wake up with a 5-step plan. He simply asked that you wake up with Him. This isn't a video about being perfect. It's not about having a Pinterest-worthy morning routine or reciting the right prayers. This is about starting the day with your shoulders down, your heart open, and your strength not rooted in yourself, but in the God who never runs out. So before the messages, before the meetings, before the noise, take this time to pause, to breathe, to remember. You are not waking up alone. When you wake up weary. Devotion 1. Not ready to rise. You open your eyes and the weight returns before the sun. Your bed feels like the only safe place. Your mind already busy before your feet ever touch the floor. Prayer. God, I don't feel ready for this day, but I know you're already in it. Give me just enough strength to rise. Devotion 2. Carrying yesterday into today. You didn't finish what you were supposed to. You said something you regret. You're still thinking about yesterday. But grace says, this is a new day. Prayer. Lord, help me leave yesterday where it belongs. Let me step into today without dragging shame behind me. Devotion 3. Before the scroll, before the noise. You usually reach for your phone, for messages, for updates, for something to anchor you. But what if the first voice you heard was God's? Prayer. Jesus, speak louder than the notifications. Let your voice be my first and my favorite. Devotion 4. The tired body, the willing spirit. You're physically drained, but your heart wants to try. It's enough. Prayer. Father, meet my tired with your energy. Meet my effort with your grace. Let willingness be stronger than weakness. Devotion 5. When the to-do list looms. You already feel overwhelmed. There's too much to do, too much riding on your shoulders. But today isn't about conquering, it's about trusting. Prayer. God, I surrender my list to you. You know what matters most. Let peace organize my priorities. Devotion 6. Gentle beginnings. You don't have to leap out of bed. You don't have to have energy instantly. You're allowed to start slow, to begin soft. Prayer. Lord, let gentleness lead me today, not pressure, not perfection. Devotion 7. When you already feel behind. Others are posting workouts, highlight reels, success stories. You're still just trying to wake up. Prayer. Father, quiet comparison. Let me live at your pace, not theirs. Devotion 8. Breath before battle. Maybe today will be hard. Maybe it's filled with conversations you're dreading, decisions you're afraid to make. But right now, you just need to breathe. Prayer. God, before I fight anything today, let me inhale you. Let me be filled with calm before I face the chaos. Devotion 9. Coffee's good, but so is Jesus. The mug warms your hands, but you need more than caffeine today. You need presence, reassurance, peace. Prayer. Jesus, be the energy my soul craves. Be the warmth my spirit holds on to. Devotion 10. Starting with strength that's not your own. You don't feel strong, but that's okay. You were never meant to start this day in your own power. Prayer. Lord, be my source today. I don't need hype. I need a holy. Walk with me from the first step.
When you're anxious about what's ahead. Devotion 11, before the day begins. You feel it already, the tension, the pressure, the fear of what might go wrong. But what if something goes right? Prayer. God, I'm nervous about this day, but you're already in it. Please go before me and calm the fear I haven't voiced yet. Devotion 12, the fear of what's unknown. You don't know what's coming. That's what scares you. No certainty, no plan, just fog. Prayer. Father, help me to trust you even when I don't know what's ahead. Let faith feel bigger than fear today. Devotion 13, when everything feels out of control. Your mind is racing, trying to prepare for every outcome, trying to control what can't be controlled. Prayer. Jesus, I can't hold everything together, but you can. Be my steady when the world feels shaky. Devotion 14. What if you fail? You're scared to mess up, to fall short, to disappoint. But God never measures you by performance. Prayer. Lord, I give you my fear of failing. Remind me that even if I stumble, you'll still be beside me. Devotion 15. Too much to do, not enough peace. The schedule is packed, the to-do list is long, and the soul is already tired. Prayer. God, slow me down. Even if I move fast, let me move with peace. Devotion 16. Facing a difficult conversation. You've got something hard to say today, or something hard to hear. It's already in your stomach. Prayer. Father, give me grace for hard conversations. Let my words be gentle and my heart stay soft. Devotion 18. When you are afraid of being misunderstood. You don't want to explain yourself again. You don't want to defend. You just want peace. Prayer. Lord, you know my heart. Even if others misunderstand, let me walk in integrity, not anxiety. Devotion 19. When you want to cancel everything, you want to run, hide, reschedule, disappear for just one day. But God's strength shows up when you want to shut down. Prayer. Jesus, give me the courage to stay in the day. I don't have to crush it. Just move through it with you. Devotion 20. When you need peace before the day begins, before the meeting, before the message, before anything else, you just need peace. Prayer. God, wrap me in your presence. Still my soul. Let your peace be the first thing I wear today.
When you feel like you're not enough. Devotion 21. The first thought is insecurity. You wake up already doubting yourself. Your mind whispers, I can't, I'm not ready, I'm not good enough. Prayer. Lord, interrupt my insecurity with your truth. Let me see myself through your eyes today. Devotion 22. Comparison in the morning. You scroll before brushing your teeth. And just like that, you feel behind in life. Prayer. God, help me stop comparing. Remind me that you're not in a rush, and neither am I. Devotion 23. The lie that says I should be more productive, more spiritual, more confident. But what if just being is holy too? Prayer. Jesus, help me find peace in who I already am, not in who I think I have to become. Devotion 24. Feeling spiritually small. You haven't prayed enough, haven't read the Bible enough, haven't felt close to God enough. But grace was never based on effort. Prayer. Father, remind me that I'm still yours, even when I feel far. Devotion 25. When you're hard on yourself. You messed up yesterday. You didn't show up the way you wanted to. You feel like a disappointment. Prayer. God, forgive me for being so cruel to myself. You're kind to me. Help me be kind too. Devotion 26. When you're trying to prove yourself. You overwork, overthink, overcompensate, just to feel enough. Prayer. Lord, I'm tired of performing. Let me rest in the truth that I'm already chosen. Devotion 27. Feeling behind in life. Everyone seems further, more accomplished, more sure. But maybe you are writing a different story for me. Prayer. God, I trust your timeline, even when it feels slower than mine. Devotion 28. The mirror that lies. Some mornings, the mirror reflects nothing good. Not in the body, not in the spirit. Prayer. Jesus, be my reflection today. Let me see beauty where I've only seen flaws. Devotion 29. When you think you're not worthy of good things, you're waiting for the catch, the bad news, the failure. Because part of you believes you don't deserve peace. Prayer. Father, help me receive goodness without fear. Help me believe I'm allowed to feel joy today. Devotion 30. When you realize God is enough in you, maybe you don't feel enough, but God is, and He lives in you. That changes everything. Prayer. Lord, be my confidence today, not my strength, but yours in me.
When you're facing a difficult decision, Devotion 31, the choice that keeps you up at night. You've prayed, you've thought it through, and still no clarity. You fear choosing wrong more than choosing at all. Prayer. Lord, I'm tired of overthinking. Help me trust that you'll lead me even if I only see one step at a time. Devotion 32. The pressure to pick the perfect path. You want to choose well, but perfection is paralyzing. You want the right door, but what if God walks with you through any door? Prayer. God, I surrender the pressure. Guide my peace, not just my logic. Let wisdom rise above fear. Devotion 33. The fear of disappointing others. You know what you want, but you're afraid of what others will think. Afraid they'll feel let down or judge your choice. Prayer. Father, give me courage to follow your voice, even if it's not the loudest one in the room. Devotion 34. When both options seem good. Sometimes it's not a matter of right or wrong. It's a matter of trusting and listening. Prayer. Jesus, when I can't see the difference, show me where you are. I'll follow that. Devotion 35. The timing feels wrong. You don't feel ready. Or maybe the door opened too soon or too late. But timing in God's hands is always perfect. Prayer. Lord, teach me to trust your time, not just my calendar. Devotion 36. When you're choosing between safe and brave, one option feels comfortable, the other feels risky. You're drawn to courage, but afraid of failure. Prayer. God, let me choose what's faithful, not just what's familiar. Devotion 37. The decision that changes everything. This choice feels big, life-altering, irreversible. But God is bigger than one moment. Prayer. Father, I give you the weight of this. Remind me that no decision can separate me from your plan. Devotion 38. When you're waiting for a sign, you're looking for a burning bush, a miracle, a voice from the clouds. But God often speaks through stillness. Prayer. Lord, help me hear your whisper, even in the quiet, even in the ordinary. Devotion 39. The temptation to avoid deciding. You want to stand limbo. It feels safer not to choose. But waiting forever is also a choice. Prayer. God, give me courage to move forward. Even small steps count. Help me move in faith. Devotion 40. Trusting God more than the outcome. In the end, you may still not feel 100% sure, but peace doesn't come from certainty. It comes from trust. Prayer. Jesus, I trust you more than I trust my ability to choose. Whatever happens, be with me in the result.
When you doubt your purpose. Devotion 41. The morning that feels aimless. You wake up and wonder, what's the point? Same routine, same struggles, same unanswered questions. Prayer. God, I don't know where this is going, but I choose to walk with you today, even without the full map. Devotion 42. When you feel replaceable. You wonder if anyone would notice if you disappeared from your role, your job, your place. But heaven never duplicates souls. Prayer. Lord, remind me that I'm not an accident. I'm here on purpose, for something only I can do. Devotion 43. The work that feels small. Folding laundry, sending emails, caring for others, cleaning up again. Does any of it matter? Prayer. Jesus, let my small acts echo with eternal value. Remind me that nothing done in love is wasted. Devotion 44. When you others seem to have more impact. You see their platform, their calling, their confidence, and you wonder, am I doing anything meaningful? Prayer. God, help me to stop measuring my worth by visibility. Help me bloom in the quiet places. Devotion 45. When you can't see the fruit. You've planted, you've watered, you've waited, but nothing seems to grow. Prayer. Lord, let me be faithful in the unseen. You promised harvest in your time, not mine. Devotion 46. When you feel spiritually stuck. You used to be on fire. Now you feel flat, directionless, distant. Prayer. Jesus, reignite my purpose, even just a spark. Let me burn for what you created me for. Devotion 47. The lie that says you're wasting time. You feel like you've missed it, the calling, the breakthrough, the big thing. But purpose isn't always loud or fast. Prayer. Father, remind me I'm not behind. I'm exactly where I need to be if I'm with you. Devotion 48. When you don't know what to pursue, too many options, too many voices, too much pressure. Prayer. God, quiet the noise. Help me pursue what matters to you,
not just what looks impressive. Devotion 49. When you wonder if you're enough for the calling, you see the mountain, the dream, the task, and you feel too small. Prayer. Lord, remind me, you don't call the qualified, you qualify the called. Devotion 50. When you remember who sent you, you may not feel bold, you may not feel ready, but you weren't sent by accident. You were sent by God. Prayer. Jesus, let me walk in quiet confidence today, not because I believe in me, but because I believe in you in me.
When you feel emotionally drained. Devotion 51. The morning after a long cry. You cried last night. Or maybe you didn't, because the tears just didn't come. But either way, you woke up tired in your soul. Prayer. God, refill the places I emptied last night. Let your comfort reach the parts I've stopped feeling. Devotion 52. When you don't want to talk to anyone. It's not that you're angry, not even sad, just tired of connecting, tired of explaining. Prayer. Lord, be my companion in the quiet. I don't need words, just your nearness. Devotion 53. When joy feels unreachable. You remember joy, but this morning it feels miles away. Your face remembers how to smile, but your heart forgot why. Prayer. Jesus, restore joy slowly. Let it return like sunlight after a long night. Devotion 54. The exhaustion you can't name. You're not sure why you're tired. There's no crisis, no drama, but something inside you feels used up. Prayer. God, give rest to my spirit, not just my body. Meet me in this invisible fatigue. Devotion 55. When you can't hold space for others anymore. You've been the listener, the supporter, the strong one. But today, you have nothing left to give. Prayer. Lord, let me be the one held today. Let someone else carry while I breathe and receive. Devotion 56. The burnout that sneaks in. You've been pushing through, saying yes, doing more, and now you're just numb. Prayer. Father, help me pause before I break. Remind me that rest is holy, not weakness. Devotion 57. The smile that covers emptiness. You'll smile today. You'll be polite, but inside, you're flatlined. Prayer. God, help me not to hide from you. If I'm empty, fill me. If I'm faking, love me anyway. Devotion 58. When you feel nothing at all. Not sad, not happy, just nothing. And that's scary in its own way. Prayer. Jesus, thank you that you stay even when I feel nothing. Awaken what's gone quiet in me. Devotion 59. The desire to escape. You want to cancel everything, disappear, crawl back into bed. The world feels too much. Prayer. God, I can't run from life, but I can run to you. Be my hiding place today. Devotion 60. The refill that comes from God. You don't have energy to give, but you don't have to. You were never meant to start from your own supply. Prayer. Father, fill me again. Let me draw from your well, not my own effort.
When you're afraid of failing again. Devotion 61. The memory of the last fall. You tried before. You hoped. You gave your best, and it still didn't work out. That memory still stings in the morning light. Prayer. God, I'm scared of trying again, but I trust that you're bigger than my past outcomes. Devotion 62. The fear of repeating mistakes. What if I mess it up again? That voice is loud, louder than possibility, louder than peace. Prayer. Jesus, quiet the loop in my mind. Replace shame with wisdom, fear with focus. Devotion 63. When risk feels unsafe. You want to grow, but growth requires trying again, and that feels dangerous. Prayer. Lord, walk with me as I step forward. Even if I fail, don't let me walk alone. Devotion 64. The shame that lingers. You keep replaying the moment, the conversation, the collapse. You call yourself a failure more than you realize. Prayer. Father, speak a new name over me. Not failure, but forgiven, fighter, free. Devotion 65. When you doubt, you'll get it right. You want to try again, but part of you believes you're just not built for success. Prayer. God, remind me that I don't have to be perfect. I just have to be obedient. You'll handle the rest. Devotion 66. The pressure of past expectations. People cheered for you once, expected a lot, and you're scared you'll disappoint them again. Prayer. Jesus, lift the pressure. Let my identity come from your love, not their approval. Devotion 67. The temptation to quit before you begin. You'd rather not try than try and fail again. It feels safer, but it's also smaller. Prayer. Lord, give me holy courage to begin, to believe, to trust that your mercy holds me even if I fall. Devotion 60. When you question your calling. You thought you were called. You felt sure once. But failure made you question everything. Prayer. God, reaffirm your purpose for me. Help me believe I still have a place in your plan. Devotion 69. The fragile hope that remains. Even with fear, something in you still hopes, still dreams, still believes. Don't ignore it. Prayer. Jesus, protect my hope. It's small today, but it's real. Devotion 70. The strength to try again. You may not have confidence, but you have faith, and faith is enough to move. Prayer. God, I'm showing up again today, not because I feel brave, but because I believe you're with me.
When you feel spiritually distant. Devotion 71. The silence that hurts. You pray, but it feels like the ceiling is made of stone. You want to feel something, anything, but all you get is quiet. Prayer. God, even when you feel silent, teach me to trust that you're near. Let faith stay when feelings fade. Devotion 72. When you haven't prayed in a while, you've been distracted, busy, tired, ashamed, and now it feels awkward to come back. Prayer. Jesus, I'm here again, not polished, not perfect, but present. Devotion 73. The routine that feels empty. You read the verses, you say the prayer, but your heart feels untouched. It feels like you're going through the motions, not connection. Prayer. Lord, breathe life into my routine. Let it become relationship again. Devotion 74. When worship feels distant,
You used to cry during worship, used to raise your hands, used to feel something. Now it's just songs. Prayer. God, reignite my spirit. Let my heart catch up to the words again. Devotion 75. The guilt of not feeling close. You know you should feel close. You've heard the sermons. You've read the truths. But that doesn't change how disconnected you feel. Prayer. Father, thank you that you don't shame my silence. Draw me gently back to you. Devotion 76. The questions that create distance. Why did you let that happen? Where were you when I needed you? You haven't said these out loud, but they've lingered. Prayer. Jesus, you're big enough for my questions. Meet me in my doubt with mercy, not rebuke. Devotion 77. When you miss who you used to be, you were on fire once. Now, it feels like the embers have gone cold, and you don't know how to go back. Prayer. Lord, bring me back to first love. Remind me who I was when I was closest to you. Devotion 78. When you feel too dirty to come near. Mistakes, patterns, sin that still lingers. You feel like you've disqualified yourself. Prayer. God, I don't have to be clean to come close. I come so you can wash me. Devotion 79. The longing that won't go away. Even with the distance, your heart still whispers, I miss you. And that's enough for today. Prayer. Jesus, I miss you. Come near again. Even if it's just a whisper, let me feel you close. Devotion 80. The promise that you're still held. You may not feel God's presence today, but He's never stopped holding you, not even once. Prayer. Father, even when I don't feel you, anchor me in the truth that you feel me and you're still here.
When you need to choose peace over panic. Devotion 81. The moment you wake up with tightness in your chest. Before your feet hit the ground, your chest tightens. Your breath shortens. Your thoughts spin. Prayer. Lord, be the oxygen in my lungs today. Slow down my body with your peace. Devotion 82. When your mind rushes ahead. You're still in bed, but your mind is already running ahead to meetings, conversations, unknowns. Prayer. God, bring me back to this moment. Let me live in now, not in next. Devotion 83. The need to control everything. You want to plan every detail, predict every outcome, avoid every risk. But that's not peace. That's fear in disguise. Prayer. Jesus, I give you the urge to control. You can handle today better than I can. Devotion 84. When you want to cancel the day, the thought of facing it all feels impossible. You'd rather crawl back under the covers and disappear. Prayer. Lord, I don't need to do it all. Just help me take one faithful step today. Devotion 85. The voice of chaos in your head. You hear it. You're not ready. You're going to fail. You can't handle this. It's loud, but God's whisper is stronger. Prayer. Father, quiet the chaos. Let your truth speak louder than my inner storm. Devotion 86. The power of slowing down. You feel the rush, the pressure to hurry, to go, to do, to fix. But peace says, breathe. Prayer. Jesus, slow me down. Help me live at the speed of grace today. Devotion 87. When the smallest thing feels too big. An email, a conversation, a simple task. It feels like a mountain today. Prayer. Lord, give me grace for the little things that feel like too much. Devotion 88. Choosing peace doesn't mean avoiding reality. You're not pretending things aren't hard. You're just choosing to face them differently, with open hands instead of clenched fists. Prayer. God, teach me how to walk through the fire without letting it burn up my peace. Devotion 89. Peace isn't a feeling, it's a foundation. You may not feel calm, but you can still be anchored. Peace is a choice, not a mood. Prayer. Jesus, be my foundation today. Even if anxiety knocks, I'll stand on you. Devotion 90. The morning you let peace lead. You could let panic lead you. You could spiral. You could live on edge. But not today. Today, you choose differently. Prayer. Lord, let peace be my leader, not fear. Guide me by still waters today, no matter what storms come.
When you want to start fresh with God's strength. Devotion 91. Today can be new. Yesterday might have been messy, full of regret, rush, or retreat. But today is untouched. Prayer. Lord, I receive this new beginning. Let mercy lead me into this day, not memory. Devotion 92. The clean slate. No matter what I did, what I said, or what I didn't do, your grace rewrites the story. Prayer. Jesus, thank you for wiping the slate clean. Teach me to walk forward instead of rewriting the past. Devotion 93. The power to try again. Newness doesn't mean perfection. It means courage. Courage to get up again, to trust again, to move forward again. Prayer. God, give me the strength to try again, to love again, to hope again. Devotion 94. Letting go of yesterday's version of me. I've outgrown who I was. I've learned. I've fallen. I've healed. I don't have to carry the old self into today. Prayer. Father, let me step into who you're shaping me to be. I release the version of me that no longer reflects your work. Devotion 95. Beginning from rest, not rush. Starting fresh doesn't mean rushing. It means slowing down to build from peace. Prayer. Jesus, help me start this day not from panic, but from your pace. Devotion 96. Forgiving myself first. Sometimes the hardest forgiveness is toward myself. But if you call me forgiven, who am I to argue? Prayer. Lord, teach me to treat myself with the grace you already gave me. Devotion 97. Starting small is still starting. A new start doesn't need a grand gesture. It just needs willingness. Even a whisper counts. Prayer. God, even if today begins with small steps, let them be sacred. Devotion 98. Believing you still have good plans. Even if the last plan failed, even if I feel lost, even if I'm starting from scratch, you still have a plan for me. Prayer. Jesus, let me believe again, not in the plan, but in the planner. Devotion 99. Your strength, not mine. I'm not starting over in my own power. I'm starting with you, with strength that doesn't run out when mine does. Prayer. Lord, I don't want self-help. I want Savior help. Be my source today. Devotion 100. This is the day the Lord has made. Not yesterday, not someday. This day. And I will rejoice. Not because it's easy, but because you are with me in it.
prayer. God, thank you for this day, this breath, this moment. Let me live it with courage, joy, and trust in you. This is not just another morning. You've made it through 100 devotions, 100 moments of permission to be tired, to be afraid, to question, to trust again. This isn't just another morning. This is the morning you chose to begin again with God's strength, not your own. You may still feel weak, still unsure, still vulnerable, but that's exactly why grace is enough. You don't need a complete plan. You just need the next right step. You don't need motivation. You just need a moment with your Savior. So as you step into today, remember, you don't walk alone. You don't need to perform. You are already held, already loved, already strengthened before you do anything. Let today be less about proving and more about receiving. Let it be less about pressure and more about presence. Let this be the day you breathe deeply and say with quiet faith, I begin this day with God's strength, and that is more than enough. Amen.